Hey everybody, in honor of our Instagram challenge, Tournament Tuesday, we have our own little tournament that we're going to do for you guys this evening, with the losers getting a special surprise that we will reveal to you after each round. This is a cup game and we have some balloons here. The goal of this game is to blow up the balloon. Yes, just like that, hopefully for you. And you blow the cup across the table and it has to land like so. If it blows off the table, it doesn't count. The first one to get 6, just like this, wins, or the first one to get the most after a minute will win this challenge and will be excused from the special surprise. So,
and exempt from round 2, right?
And exempt from round 2.
Come on, baby.
Round 2.
Wait, does something happen to the losers of this?
Oh yes, yes, a special surprise for the losers of this. All right, here we go. I'm gonna tell Siri to set a timer for 1 minute.
I'm not
as soon as Siri says anything, that's whenever we will start.
All right.
Hey Siri, set a timer for 1 minute.
Your timer.
There we go.
I'm gonna win! Is that, yes, okay, I have one. Oh wait, that's you.
How much time do we have?
Time's up.
No, no,
Wait, we have 3 and 3.
You got 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has 3.
All right.
Oh no, what does that
Here's
mean?
the deal.
What does that mean? Do I get redemption? Can I
No,
say
you're
it?
out.
No!
You're totally out. All right, Drew, since there's 3 and 3, we are going to do a speed round of 30 seconds.
I'm going to cheat.
So we reviewed the footage, and my main man, Drew, might have stretched the time just a little bit to get his third one across. And so, guess who won? This guy right here. 3-2, baby. Boom! All right, since I am the champion of the first round, here is their special surprise, their consequence for losing the cup game. Here we go. Yeah. There, that one, and there it is. That one right there. That is the consequence for losing.
I tasted chocolate.
I can't see.
We'll be back for round 2 a little bit later in worship. But first, get on your feet, do whatever it is you do in your houses, in your yard, whatever, and let's start worshiping the Lord through song. We're gonna have a great time tonight, guys.
Your love so great, Jesus, in all things. I've seen a glimpse of your heart a billion years. Still I'll be singing. How can I praise you enough? How can I praise you enough? You are the Lord Almighty, outshining is higher. Our God of wonders, you reign. Our God of wonders, you reign. You are the Lord Almighty, outshining all the stars in glory. Your love is like the wildest oceans. Oh, nothing else compares. You are the Lord Almighty, outshining all the stars in glory. Your love is like the wildest oceans. Oh, nothing else compares. Not to us, but to your name, we lift up all praise. Not to us, but to your name, we lift up all praise. Not to us, but to your name, we lift up all praise. Not to us, but to your name, we lift up all praise. You are the Lord Almighty, outshining all the stars in glory. Your love is like the wildest ocean. Oh, nothing else compares. You are the Lord Almighty, outshining all the stars in glory. Your love is like the wildest ocean. Oh, nothing else compares. Not to us, but to your name, we lift up all praise. Not to us, but to your name, we lift up all praise. Not to us, but to your name, we lift up all praise. Not to us, but to your name, we lift up all praise. You are the Lord Almighty, outshining all the stars in glory. Your love is like the wildest ocean. Oh, nothing else compares. You are the Lord Almighty, outshining all the stars in glory. Your love is like the wildest oceans. Oh, nothing else compares.
All right, welcome back, guys, for round 2 of our tournament challenge. As you can see, I will not be participating in this game because, well, you guys saw I won. So, this game is Hot Shot. Hot Shot. And how you play this game is each contestant, Chloe and Drew, their hands will be behind the table. They have a spoon and they have these little fluffy pom-pom right here. Their goal in a minute will be to get as many as they can into that container right there. The one with the most in the container will win this round. And of course, as you know, the loser will get that nice surprise. We have about 4 gallons of this bright green, if you can see, awesome slime that we will pour over the loser. So, are you guys ready for this again? 1 minute, get as many of these pom-poms in the center container Drew has the green.
Make sure back up. Make sure.
Chloe has the red. I will be the judge, making sure everybody is behind the table. Hey Siri, set timer for 1 minute. And here we go. Drew's. Everybody's. Bounces count. Just has to go in the container. In the container, and I have this. Oh! Chloe's got one! Chloe, oh, it's rattled Drew. It has rattled Drew, ladies and gentlemen. Chloe has one. The slime is currently going to Drew.
Do I get any bonus points if I make it Chloe's?
We have 30 more seconds left.
Oh my God.
30. Oh, Drew
my
just
God.
rimmed out. Drew just rimmed.
I'm gonna puke.
All right, here we go. He's getting nervous, guys.
It's always
He's
me.
getting. Oh, he's tying up 1-1. Here we go. 20 seconds left, guys. 20 seconds left. 1-1. Here we go. Who is going to be clutch under? Chloe! Clutch under pressure. Here we go. How much time? 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. Oh!
I'm gonna barf.
Okay, here we go. As you saw, that was 2 for Drew, it with the green. 2
Lord.
for Chloe with the red.
Oh,
What we're gonna
man.
do is quickly round this up. Do a lightning round of 30 seconds. The one with the most pom-poms in there wins the round. And again, you can see this awesome good slime because it's not dripping off of my hands right now.
Oh.
So here we go.
Wait.
Are we
can
ready?
Leave everything in.
Are we
Spoons
ready?
down.
Okay.
Are we ready? Here we go. 30 seconds. Reminder, 30 seconds. Hey Siri, set timer for 30 seconds. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a speed round. Drew with 1 shot, 1 score, 20 seconds left. 19, 18. Oh, Chloe, you better hurry up. 15 seconds left. Here we go. Chloe is buckling under pressure. 10 seconds. Drew, can he get a little cushion? Oh no. All right. The time is up, but the next one who scores
Whoa.
wins. Go. And Chloe is going to get this awesome slime bucket. Stay tuned for this. It will be after.
You guys, this isn't gonna be good for our ratings. They love me. I'm the favorite.
That's why they're gonna
this
love
isn't gonna
seeing
be
it.
good.
Anyways, as you can tell, it's really slimy, really good.
Oh.
Hey guys, we'll be back at the end of our worship for you guys
Chloe
to see.
to get her prize.
Yeah, Chloe to get her
Chloe to
prize.
get-
When our homes are healed by rain, let your presence meet us here. When the pain seems overwhelming, we hold on to you. When the streets are torn by chaos, we will be your hands and feet. When the darkness brings division, may we be your light. Let our lives align with every word you say. When the nations ache from violence, we will be your blessed peace. When the headlines scream injustice, may we shout your name. 'Cause we know that our world needs Jesus. We know that our world needs freedom. So give us eyes to see the hurting and the broken. And let our lives align with every word you say. 'Cause we know that our world needs Jesus. We know that our world needs freedom. So give us eyes to see the hurting and the broken. Let our lives align with every word you say. So let every heart turn to Jesus. Let every voice sing of your great name. Let all the earth know your freedom. 'Cause we believe for more. So let every heart turn to Jesus, and let every voice sing of your great name. Let all the earth know your freedom, 'cause we believe for more. Yeah, we believe for more. 'Cause we know our world needs Jesus. We know that our world needs freedom. So give us eyes to see the burning and the broken. Let our lives align with every word you say. 'Cause we know that our world needs Jesus. We know that our world needs freedom. So give us eyes to see the burning and the broken. Let our lives align with every word you say. And I know I need you, Jesus. And I know this heart needs healing. So from my knees I lift this prayer to you, my Savior. For my life and for the world, you're the answer, Jesus. Jesus, we need you. We need you to call us out in each other. We need your strength to love our brothers and our sisters enough to say something when something needs to be said, to hold them back from stumbling, to hold them back from going down a path that'll just lead to death. Maybe not literal death, but it could be death of a season, it could be death of an opportunity, it could be something where the enemy fears so much of who they could become. He's just trying to draw them away. And as a family, as a community in Christ, we can help each other. We can keep encouraging one another. We can keep pushing each other on to do more and more for you, because the world needs you. We've seen it. We've seen it in the violence that took a young man's life needlessly. We've seen those suffering from a pandemic, all those who are unknown and unmourned that we lose every single day. Father, the world needs you. The world needs you, Jesus. Use us to reflect you to them. Let us love and not hate. Let us get rid of labels and filter everything we see, everything we say, everything we do through love. In the name of the one who loved us and loves us still so perfectly. In the name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
Have you ever felt thankful towards one of your friends when they said something awkward to you? Like when one of your friends said something that feels awkward at the time, but they said it because they were looking out for you. Like, yo, you have food in your teeth, man. Or, hey, boss, your fly's down. Or, hey, you have a ketchup on your forehead. I'm not sure, but I'm just looking out for you. Or, yo, the person you like is like right behind you, so just don't do anything stupid. I have this favorite pair of Adidas that are pure white, like white as snow, and oh my word, they look so good. I wear them everywhere. I wear them to Target, to church, when I walk my dog. I wear them even on rainy days, which is super smart, right? No. See, I learned the hard way one day when I came inside from the rain. I was feeling pretty good, taking those, yo, check out this ice on my feet kind of strides. But then a friend stopped me and he said, hey, Caleb, you stepped in a puddle back there and your shoes are like, they're covered in mud. I looked down and sure enough, my pure white Adidas were a mess. I probably spent 10 minutes in the bathroom just trying to clean them up. It was a little embarrassing, but I would have been a mess if my friend hadn't said something to me. And I'm sure I don't have to guess on this one. We've all felt this way. No one likes discovering they have food on their shirt or toilet paper stuck on their shoe or spending forever cleaning up their shoes. But when someone cares enough about us to look out for us and save us from future embarrassment, we're left feeling so grateful. Now, let's think about this from the other side for just a second. Have you ever felt like you should really say something to someone else, but you weren't sure how to go about saying it? I mean, think about it. Telling your friend they have food on their face is one thing, but talking to a friend about a relationship you don't think is good for them, or decisions they've made lately that aren't great, is a totally different scenario. Maybe you've been in one of these situations before. Your brother or sister started hanging out with people who are convincing them to do things that you know aren't right, but what are you supposed to say? Someone in your small group acts totally different in group than they do at school, but you don't know how or when to bring that up to them. Your friend is making decisions their parents would not be okay with. Is it your place to say something about it? We all know what these situations are like, and each situation seems to become increasingly more difficult. This is why we avoid having these conversations. But there's more to it than that. Maybe we don't want to ruin a friendship or make someone mad. Maybe we're doing or have done the same things as someone else, so who are we to say anything? Maybe we don't think the other person will listen. Or maybe you have the exact opposite problem. You have no problem telling people exactly how you see it. If you've ever wrestled with any of these reasons, the good news is you're not alone. I mean, we've all been there. We all know what it feels like to know we need to say something, but at the same time, we're also unsure of what to say and how to say it. What if we could learn a way to approach difficult conversations without hurting our own reputations? What if there is a way to be helpful and kind? What if there is a way to have difficult conversations that end up leading to something good? Here's the thing. No one wants to be known as the hater or the self-righteous friend who just talks about everything everyone else does wrong. Instead, we want our reputation to stand out for the right reasons in how we love and treat other people. So when it comes to being a friend who looks out for others, how do we make sure we handle this in the right way? In our last talk, we talked about how Paul said that as followers of Jesus, we're supposed to be known by our love for others. Now, even if you don't consider yourself a Christian, chances are this is an idea you could get behind. Who wouldn't want a reputation people would describe as loving? No matter how tough we want to appear or how trendy hating things is, we all know it's better to be known for loving others. So if love is the goal, then how are we supposed to approach those difficult and awkward conversations? Maybe we should just avoid them? I mean, this seems to be the way culture behaves. We're all just supposed to be okay with everyone else's choices because it's their life. And who are we to judge, right? But deep down, we know that isn't always the case, especially for people close to us. Then what do? Paul actually talked about this very thing. In a letter to a church in a region called Galatia, where modern-day Turkey is now, Paul gave insight on this topic. Dear brothers and sisters, if another believer is overcome by some sin, you who are godly should gently and humbly help that person back onto the right path. And be careful not to fall into the same temptation yourself. According to this, Paul is saying if the Galatians have any friends who share the same values but slip up and do something that isn't best, something that is sin, their responsibility is to help that person get back on the right track. In other words, he's saying that you and I should actually go further than just saying something in a conversation. We should help someone get back to the best place they can be, on track with what God says is best. Now, there's a lot Paul isn't saying as well. He isn't saying that you're personally responsible for making sure your friends make wise choices. And he isn't saying you should put yourself in a position that sets you up for failure when you're trying to help your friends. Wisdom in these conversations and situations is a must, and it's something that talking with your small group or small group leader can help you with. The point is, according to Paul, with humility and gentleness, you and I can help people who are struggling with making poor decisions get back on the right path. Paul continues, share each other's burdens, and in this way, obey the law of Christ. So how do we help people get back on track? By sharing each other's burdens. Think about it this way. In the world of fitness training, there's a person known as a spotter. A spotter is there for when the weight gets too heavy and the person doing the lifting is no longer able to lift the weight on their own. And when this happens, the spotter carries the weight too. They share the burden of the weight with the person that's doing the lifting. And guys, that is what we're supposed to do to help people get back on the right path. Paul cared deeply about the people of Galatia, which is why he wrote what he did. He knew that the most loving thing to do isn't always the easy thing to do, but we owe it to each other to speak up, because the truth is, we need each other. And not just to point out where others may have gotten off track, but to come alongside them and help them carry the burden of getting back to the place they should be. In other words, Jesus' followers do more than just speak up and point out what's wrong. We make ourselves available to be the spotters in the lives of others, to help make right where things have gone wrong. We don't just point fingers, we share burdens and help carry them. Now, again, some of us are like, yo, I'm not afraid to speak up. I don't care what people think. And for those of us who feel that way, Paul snuck in 2 words that would be helpful to keep in mind when it comes to having these conversations. He said we should be gentle and humble, meaning how we say something is just as important as what we say. The loving act is not to sound judgmental, arrogant, or self-righteous. Being kind, helpful, and encouraging shows them that we want to help them out of love. Hard conversations are not easy. That's why we call them hard. But avoiding a hard conversation isn't loving. And enjoying a hard conversation by making someone look bad or feel terrible over what they've done, that's not loving either. In fact, the conversation, that's not really the point at all. The point is learning to ask this question: am I showing love in how I'm treating this person? Love pushes us to talk about difficult things. And love also pushes us to talk about the difficult things in a kind and compassionate way. Because that's what love does. It shares the burden by caring about the person who is carrying it and not about ourselves. So, what is this supposed to look like? How can you begin to put this into practice this week? Some of you might be thinking about a friend you need to have a conversation with. They might be sitting next to you, or you might see them later this week. What should you do? Well, if you're going to choose to be known for your love for others, then when it comes to what you say and how you help others, let love be your filter. You won't be known for love if the way you handle hard conversations and treat others is not loving. So when it comes to helping friends who are headed in unhealthy directions, you can become known for love by filtering your words and actions through love. When we help someone make a different choice than they've been making, we do it even if it makes us feel totally awkward in the moment. When we encourage someone else to change his or her behavior, we need to do it in a loving way and not a judgmental way. When we see someone take a step in the right direction, encourage them and celebrate them. Why? Because we love them. And that's what love does. So, what exactly should a filter of love be applied to? Here are a few ideas. Let love be the filter for your involvement. When you aren't sure if you should get involved in a friend's situation, ask yourself, what's the most loving thing I can do? Use this question as a filter for your next step. This provides a gut check for your motives and reminds you that they should be rooted in love. If the loving thing to do is to get involved, to help someone get back on the right path, then you'll know to take a next step. This can be tricky to figure out, so don't hesitate to involve your small group leader or parents or another trusted adult in figuring this out. Once you're sure the most loving thing to do is to get involved, you need to let love be the filter for your words. Ask yourself, how would I want someone to speak to me? And what would I want him or her to say? When you filter your words through love, you'll stop and make sure you're not just throwing shade. This isn't about you and making you look good. Instead, you'll be letting them know you're there to carry their burdens with them. Your words can spark hope or they can cast judgment. But if you filter them through love, they'll be words that can help get someone else's life back on track. Once you have a word filter in place, it's time to take the next step and let love be the filter for your actions and reactions. If you have friends that are having a hard time keeping their lives headed in the right direction, chances are they won't just need your words. They're gonna need your help. You have to choose to filter your actions through love just like you do your words. Ask yourself, how would I want someone to live out their love if I were in this situation? Would you want them to keep their phone close in case you got in a tempting situation? Would you want them to pick you up if you ended up at that unhealthy party? If you were in a situation where you needed more help than they could give, would you want them to tell an adult or professional? Would you want them to say the hard thing and then follow those words up with accountability and continuous follow-up conversations to help you stay on track? No matter what the situation is, if you filter your actions through love, you'll wind up being known for the way you love others, and you'll live out Paul's call to help share the burden of other people. When we let love be our filter, we wind up sharing the burdens of those we love. Does this sound like the type of loving person you're trying to be? We can become known for love when we let love be our filter for helping those who are heading in unhealthy directions. We can be the people we hope to have in our own lives for those around us. Imagine how our schools, friendships, and families would be different if there were more people filtering their involvement, words, and actions through love. We would say hard things to one another, not out of judgment or hate, but out of love. We would help keep each other from regrets, mistakes, unnecessary heartbreaks, or negative consequences. I mean, who knows? A filter of love might just change the direction of someone else's life for the better forever. Let's be the people who let love be our filter so that we can help those we love stay headed in the best direction for their lives.
All right, guys. I didn't win, but I didn't lose that bad. Since Chloe lost both rounds, she gets the prize of the slime. No! She's asked that I give her a countdown. Okay. Oh man! Okay, I need to be careful not to drop it.
Yes.
Is there anything you want to say, Chloe? No?
No last word.
No last word. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You countdown. No. No, why did I touch my face? Stop. That's enough. Okay. The announcements are small groups. The announcements are small groups after the service. I'm making it worse. There are small groups after the service today for high school. I can't see. And on Sunday for middle school students. Make sure you come to that.
The camera.
Where's the camera?
No, stop right there. You're good. You're good.
Okay. Small groups on Sunday for middle school students, so come to that. And wow, there's so much slime. I don't know what to say. Prayer guide. Make sure you find our prayer guide on our website.
Put the link in.
With the link in the description that's there.
She made it worse. She's putting it in her mouth.
I can't see or breathe or hear anything. Oh yeah, and make sure you follow us on social media. I can't see anything. Tyler, I'm struggling. Oh no, look at my hair. My hair is like all one big piece of slime. God, this should have been someone bald.
So yeah.